Hooray!
Isn't it bizarre at Comic-Con when you travel around in this roving pack of people? You know, you never at any other time do this, but what is it like to be together and hang here at Comic-Con? How much fun are you having?
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
I don't know these people. I never work with any of them.
Like one big, it's like family, isn't it? It's like getting together with family.
Yeah, at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, your crazy uncle comes and you're just like, oh, stop.
You again.
Yeah,
A little bit.
who has their families down here and is having fun and letting the kids hang? And your kids were just in here, by the way.
Yes, they were.
Were they
Dressed up.
They're so into it,
Yeah.
and yes, making people tell stories. They were in here having a good time. They were part of our interview. Have you all experienced?
You hearing that now for the first time?
Oh, really?
You're like, no, were they?
What?
Your kids? Are your kids across? Are your kids here hanging?
I've got one of my kids is here. He's looking at me like this. Really?
Yeah, my girls are across the street nerding out as we
Are
speak.
they?
Yeah. They're cosplayed up. They've worn the same cosplay for 2 days.
Just like we're not taking it
Yeah,
off.
So
yeah.
good.
Wow.
Fantastic.
How is it bringing this back to a new generation? Because there are people who have watched Twin Peaks, but they don't really know Twin Peaks, and they don't remember the phenomenon it was the first time it came out. So how is it the second time around?
Oh, it's awesome. There's a whole new fan base. And then we have the old fan base as well. And many of the older ones have exposed it to their kids, for better or for worse. But it's really exciting. And it's also just the fact that David Lynch is in charge of everything. So this is his baby. And it's been an incredible ride.
You know, the times change, and what you did in the first Twin Peaks is, you know, it was groundbreaking then, but now you've got to amp it up because people imitate and they try to do what you've done. So how are you going to amp up or change things to make it even quirkier, as shocking as it was the first time around?
Well, we hired Tim.
So it's really.
We sort of figured that would do it.
It seems like David doesn't try, though, right? It doesn't. I mean, when you say quirky, it's like he's trying. He's not trying to make something strange. It just is, and he
It's
is
another
not.
world.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it what is that world like? What is it like stepping into that world?
I think it's definitely always guaranteed fun, and you go there because his vision is so clear, and you trust him because of not just because of his body of work, but who he is. He's so convincing, and it's always, despite how bizarre and surreal it is, it's always grounded in truth. So,
Were there times though when he said cut and you're like, did I really just do that?
yeah, many.
Really?
Yeah, there were a few of those. Yes, I remember that scene in particular.
How is it being back together? And anybody?
Great.
Great? That's
Yeah.
How is it being back together? How is it being back together?
That's my one word. I can't talk anymore.
That's it. You done?
No, you can talk as much as
James.
you want.
James. Oh, it's great.
Yeah?
A family. It's like a family.
Who would
Even
change?
though I've never met
No,
this
I don't
guy
know who you
before.
are.
We have some new members.
Sounds
dodgy cousin.
foreign.
Who was the new member that you were kind of like, oh, okay, all right, they're really going to fit into the team? And who was the new member you're like, we know who the new member was that you got to work with?
There's 230.
Yeah. When you said Jim Belushi, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Jim's been fantastic. You know, because David, his casting is just impeccable. You know, it's spot on. So, you know, everyone but Everett. You know, I feel.
Well, I had an interesting experience. First day on the set, you know, a handsome, good-looking guy comes up to me, Caleb Jones, and he's well-mannered, he's well-behaved, you know, he's charming. And I said, man, this got to be the next generation of Twin Peaks. You know, this is cool. I'm looking at the show, and he's freaking twisted, fucking, you know, mentally deranged, you know, snot running out of his nose. And I thought, kind of like what Harry Dean Stanton said about, Harry Dean plays Carl Rod, Fat Trout, manager, Fat Trout Trailer Park. And he says, it's a fucking nightmare. And, you know, we were given the script, so coming back to Twin Peaks, I didn't have any idea what's happened. It's kind of like Rip Van Winkle Ed, you know. What's
just
going
woke
on?
up.
I just woke up and
and
what
you're
is
back.
this? So I'm seeing it for the first time. I have no idea. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you haven't read the script, but you know, trust David.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you're the one that's read it all. Did you read it all?
No.
You read it all.
I sat and read it all, yeah. I
But
had
they
6
told me
hours.
that he had to read it blindfolded. Right?
Exactly right. Exactly right. No, I sat for, it was a 5 or 6 hour read. Cup of coffee, couple cups of coffee. But,
And when you finished, your initial reaction, how many times did you say, well, why?
What?
What is, explain that
No,
to me.
it felt very cohesive actually. I've worked with David for a number of years, so you get a sense of
He's
what
messed with your
about.
brain.
Yeah, I'm sort of all in. So, but I felt the direction. I was just thrilled because it was he and Mark all the way through, Mark Frost, and knowing that David was going to direct every scene of this was the game changer, I think.
I want to hear from the guys in the back. What was it like? What's it like being on a David Lynch set?
Intimidating. I mean, you feel like you're racing with like legends.
Yeah.
So it's a little overwhelming, but it's good. I mean, it's rewarding. It's certainly it's nice to be in this company.
Yeah, it's just really as far as working that environment is so comfortable. So when you're comfortable, it really helps as actors to be able to just be able to be free and do what you can, and you trust him to guide you along, no matter what it is that he's bringing up.
That was the happiest set I've ever been on. Really is.
Really?
Yeah.
Bizarrely happy or just regular
Well,
happy?
people are just very pleasant and having a good
Yeah,
time.
he sets the
And,
tone.
Yeah, and
I saw no stress between people. I never saw any kind of aggravation, any kind of pettiness. It was just a wonderful feeling. It's an ambience that you just enjoy being in.
We are.
Even though the characters are doing very bizarre things.
Very bizarre things. That's
We like to do bizarre things, though, don't we?
God.
All right, just one little hint of what's to come, and is there something that will make our minds or our heads kind of spin around when we watch this?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I love all the different maybe. Yes. I don't know.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yes, no doubt. Have you seen episode 8? I mean, things get weird, bro.
And your head will turn around. All right, I gotta let you guys go, or they'll kill me. But thank you for coming by. We can't wait to
Thank
see
you.
Go enjoy Comic-Con. By the way, is there anything you're looking forward to here at Comic-Con?
Well, I could tell you what I found out. I stepped out of the limo yesterday, and there was 500 screaming girls racing right toward me,
Oh,
Yeah, they were.
And I thought,
knew you
man,
were.
I'm going to be fondly trampled to death.
So they
And then I
raced right
stepping
by
all over my ass to get to the Teen Wolf guys that were getting out there.
No,
I
those
said,
Teen
whoa,
Wolf,
man.
they're going crazy over
Yeah.
the Teen Wolf.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
outside last night. late
There's
at
a
night.
new Teen Wolf.
Well, these guys play in this Teen
Oh,
Wolf series,
okay.
yeah, and they go crazy. That would be good.
I know.
The girl screaming last
Oh,
night.
man.
Yeah.
Died and gone to heaven.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Cheers, man.
Thank you.